just what I'm running for. I meant no harm, my gas pedals to the floor. I always did things my own way, never cared what the experts say. I thought they were so full of shit, I guess it's time to pay. I always dreamed I'd have it all, never thought I'd take the fall, and now I've run out of chances, and all I can see is the wall. I had to make a choice, I made it. If I had another chance, I had to make a choice, I made it. If I had another chance, I'd take it. I've gotta find a way.
Hey guys, well, she's finally done. It's been a long road. Got a few questions I'll just go through with it. First off, why I started, many years ago, I set out to have a counterbalanced CR500, and we all know the age-old argument over the internet and the forums about how much they vibrate and you can't put them in the quads, brake frames, brake engines. If I had my time again, I probably wouldn't have ever put a 500 in a quad due to the no counterbalancer. Believe all the comments on the forums. They do shake, they're unrideable, they're fast, but no good. First set out a couple of years ago, and actually got a counterbalancer in, probably 5 years ago now, 5 or 6 years. Got a counterbalancer into a CR500. Lasted a couple of months, machined a little balancer off the side. You can check one of these links out here if you want to check out the old version of it. There's a few forums. If you search counterbalance CR500, you might find them, the old version. Anyway, that didn't last very long, probably a couple of months of riding, and it actually blew itself apart, just due to a few things were machined wrong. I didn't like how they were, how it was set up. I started racing flat track on my 250R, and I sort of come across the idea. I've always wanted to have the 500 with a counterbalancer, but yeah, after the first one blew up, I sort of ditched that idea, and it sort of sat up the top of the shed and sort of forgot about it. And then I got into racing the flat track, and I was going to put another 500 in the quad, and just with the vibrations I thought, nah, no way, I'm not going to do it. And they were talking about changing the rules, that we weren't allowed to have hybrid motors, no different mounts, no frame changing, etc, etc. So I was actually just eBay searching, and on the recommended for you, it come up, after searching for parts, as we all do, come up a set of cases that said TRX500R, and I looked at them and I said, it's not a 450R case, what are they talking about? Someone's done this. Anyway, I clicked on it and went in there. The reason why I thought, oh, that's a bloody two-stroke crankcase. What are they talking about? And clicked on it, and then the idea hit me that yeah, the Hondas or the new 4-strokes rather run the divorce case as a separate gearbox oil to the separate crankcase engine side oil, and they're much like a 2-stroke crankcase. So the old head started pondering, and yeah, it went from there. I sort of come up with the idea that I could maybe fit a CR crank into that, and being a Boilermaker, I've done a lot of welding, do a lot of weld aluminium every day. You may have seen some of my other engines I've done, the laydown 250R engine in the 70, cut the 2-stroke 250R air-cooled engine in half and laid the cylinder forward to fit in the 70 trike frames and whatnot. A few other projects in that, you'll see them on my YouTube. But yeah, it got me to thinking that I could get one of these cranks in these cases. So I found one locally that had actually a 450. This bottom end had actually had a stroker crank in it, and it let a big end go, and actually smashed the cases from the front of the engine straight back to the back. You can actually see, if I turn that around, I don't know if you can see, but all this has been welded. It was actually pancaked right through here, separated. So I got them fairly cheap off someone we know locally, and I thought I'd set out and get into it. So I brought it home, measured it all up, and it started becoming more of a reality that this could work. So I, long story short, I got my old CR500 cases which were hammered. The gearbox bores were hammered. From the balancer before it let go and nearly killed me. The balancer actually come out and flew about 3 metres away from the quad. So you could pretty much picture what the clutch case cover looked like. So I had 2 sets of cases, and this is another thing. I've shown a few photos and videos of this getting built, and you always get the keyboard warriors. Oh, why would you do that? Why would you wreck a set of cases? Well, I look at it, I'm just a boilermaker. I don't. People carry on with, you know, how rare things are. Yeah, I know they're hard to get, but in my eyes, I actually saved 2 sets of cases. So the 450 was destined for the bin. The 500 was destined for the bin. Even if my balancer didn't let go, the gearbox bores were hammered. There was no point fixing them. But so I look at it that I've actually saved the motor. So yeah, well, it's basically all together now. Yeah, after a lot of machining and welding, and by no means am I a machinist. I only work out this little backyard shed down here in the land down under. I've got my little little mill over there, little Hercus lathe. I've done everything basically on those. I've got good welders, but as for machinists, I'm no machinist, but it's all sort of seemed to work out. Just all the time is in just setting them up and being patient. I've found can't rush things, but it's all gone together. There wasn't too many dramas with it. Biggest problem I've only just recently faced, which was the biggest hold up, was the crank drive gears. A family friend of mine actually suggested a way I could do that. I went searching at the recrees, or searched all over. I thought 250R, water-cooled 250R gear was actually the one I needed. It was very, very close, but it was like 0.15 OD difference, and it actually snagged up on the clutch basket drive gear. And our family friend sort of come up with the idea of taper lock in the crankshaft. So I couldn't do it on my lathe, so I went and seen a good mate of mine, Luke Turner. Thanks, mate. Went up to use his lathe there the other night, and machined a degree on the end of the crank there, and basically machined the inside of the 450R crank spline and press fit that on, and it works really well. It does not move. So timed all the counterbalance with top dead. It's all ready to go. It's turning over. The electrics are in it. It's running 02 model CR250 electrics. That's what I had in the 250R flat tracker. There's not much more to say. I'm going to basically hopefully bolt it up tomorrow and put it in the quad and see how we go. I had to change the front engine mounts I didn't realise that how different the cases were on the later and the earlier 450s, but I've got an 08 450. I was just taking the motor out of that, and this is an 05. I'll put it in, and I had to change the front. Well, if I had 05 engine plates, I presume they fit. As I've learned on the internet there that the frame mounting is actually all the same, but I've fabricated some front engine plates up, and it bolts straight in. So a few people I want to thank. Just first off, my wife for let me out in the shed for so long. It's been about 2.5 years, 3 years I've tried to get this thing going. She often laughs and lets me come out here of a night and yeah, we've got 3 little youngins, and it's often hard to get out here and, you know, try and look after them and get all these hobbies on the side done. But she's a pretty cool chick, and yeah. Turner for the lathe and the help along the way. Jai for all your help, mate. You go a long way there. And another young bloke I got to thank at work there, my younger pro, not apprentice anymore, Jakey boy. He hates motorbikes, hates everything sort of to do with motors, but I rumble off every day about what I'm doing and where I'm at, and he's always there to listen and laugh about it and get into me, so I had to mention him in the video. There you are, mate. And that's about it, so hopefully I'll send it to the video now, and hopefully she runs. And it's not about performance at the moment. All I want to do is sort of get it in the quad and see what I've got to do. I'm just going to put a 250R pipe on it. I think it's an FTZ, big belly thing. I'll put it's got a CR500 stinger diameter on it. I'll put that in it, and I've got the decompression in it, ready to go. Yeah, like I said, it's more so just to run at the moment, and hopefully I can get a bit of longevity out of it, and yeah, go from there. I'm not going to try and replicate them because, you know, as I said, I'm just a backyarder, and it'd be near impossible for me to get any sort of cases built for them and that sort of thing. So there is another company I think's going to do their version of it. So yeah, you probably should look them up, and I've seen them do some pretty good work. So yeah, hit them up if you think you want one in there. But yeah, we'll see how it all pans out. See you later. Oh, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube, because I'll do the video of it running, and then hopefully over the next couple of months or weeks or whatever, we'll get some ride videos up at Stockton Dunes there. And we'll see how she goes. We'll put her through her paces. Thanks, guys. Well, here we go. TRX500R bottom end, CR500 2-stroke top end. I've started a couple of times, sounds good, so we'll start her up. Forget how much compression these things had. Like that. That's it, guys. It's not all bolted together properly, but I couldn't help myself. I had to get it running. Feels good. It's not vibrating. Yeah, we'll bolt all the plastics on and take it for a run.